Rockets primed, drugs moving. Syria strikes back, targeting Hezbollah networks. Control is claimed, but is Damascus really in control? Syria is moving to Project Control, and it's doing it through force, arrests, and coordination across agencies. According to the Jerusalem Post, in the span of just days, 4 separate incidents point to a pattern. Damascus is trying to show it can still contain militant networks and disrupt the region's drug trade. The most significant development involves operatives linked to Hezbollah. That matters because it signals that Iranian-backed networks are still active inside Syria and still willing to use Syrian territory to project power beyond its borders. On April 19th, Syria's Interior Ministry, working with the General Intelligence Service, said it had foiled a sabotage plot by a cell linked to the Hezbollah terrorist militia. According to a source cited by Syrian Arab news agency,
the cell had planned to launch rockets across the border with the aim of undermining stability.
This wasn't a small operation, authorities said.
Interior Ministry units carried out a security operation on Saturday that led to the dismantling of an active terrorist cell operating in several towns and villages. 5 members were arrested as part of ongoing efforts to disrupt terrorist activity.
A parallel operation unfolded in Quneitra province. Again, Syrian internal security forces, backed by intelligence units, intercepted what they described as another Hezbollah-linked plot.
The group had prepared a civilian vehicle modified to conceal rocket-launching equipment with the aim of carrying out a cross-border attack.
Surveillance allowed forces to intercept the vehicle before launch, seize the equipment, and arrest those involved. On the ground, the details are telling. Syrian forces recovered 107 militant rockets and a modified flatbed truck, consistent with tactics used by Iranian-backed groups across the region, where commercial vehicles are repurposed into mobile launch platforms. Authorities identified 2 suspects, Abdul Hamid Zanuba and Adnan Zain, while confirming a third remains at large.
Previous incidents had targeted sensitive sites, including Meza military airport, as well as religious figures, as part of efforts to undermine stability.
Sana reports that previous incidents had targeted sensitive sites, including Meza military airport, as well as religious figures, as part of efforts to undermine stability. The Quneitra plot, it adds, was designed to strike targets beyond Syria's borders. But this isn't just about militancy, it's also about narcotics. In a separate operation, Syria's Drug Enforcement Administration, working with Iraqi counterparts, intercepted around 500,000 Captagon pills. According to Rudor Media Network, Baghdad and Damascus have recently strengthened cooperation, moving from basic intelligence sharing to coordinated field operations. A similar operation in February led to the seizure of 65 kilograms of Captagon in Homs. The message is clear. Syria is trying to reassert control, but the fact these networks are still operating tells a different story. Control is contested and far from complete. Authorities in Syria have uncovered a cross-border tunnel allegedly used by Hezbollah to smuggle weapons into Lebanon, marking a significant development along the volatile frontier. According to state media, the tunnel was discovered in the Homs countryside, along with multiple warehouses stocked with weapons and ammunition prepared for smuggling operations. Syrian security forces also reported intercepting a shipment of approximately 6,000 electrical components near the border, materials believed to be intended for improvised explosive devices. The seizure took place in Al-Nabq, north of Damascus, a strategic corridor opposite the Lebanese city of Baalbek, an area long associated with Hezbollah's logistical network. This is not the first such discovery. According to Sana, another tunnel linking Syrian and Lebanese territory was identified near Hosh al-Sayed Ali at the end of March. Since the fall of Bashar al-Assad's government in December 2024, Syrian authorities have intensified efforts to disrupt smuggling networks, targeting both weapons and Captagon trafficking routes. The current leadership under Ahmed al-Sharaa has taken a markedly tougher stance against Iranian influence and its regional proxies, including Hezbollah. Analysts say the discoveries reflect a broader shift in Syria's security posture, as Damascus seeks to assert control over border regions historically used for illicit transfers. Hezbollah's operational depth inside Syria is also believed to have weakened following the political transition, limiting its ability to move weapons freely across the border. Still, the persistence of tunnels and hidden stockpiles suggests that smuggling networks remain active, adapting to new conditions and continuing to pose a regional security challenge. As Syria tightens its grip on border territories, the exposure of these covert networks highlights an ongoing shadow conflict, where supply lines, not just front lines, are shaping the balance of power in the region. Along the rugged frontier between Syria and Lebanon, a significant military buildup is underway, as Damascus moves to tighten control over its borders while attempting to remain outside an escalating regional conflict. In the mountainous terrain near Qusayr, Syrian forces have been searching a network of tunnels which they say were used by Hezbollah, highlighting growing concerns over cross-border activity. For the first time since reinforcements were deployed a month ago, Syria's defense ministry allowed limited access to the area. An AFP photographer documented several tunnels discovered in recent weeks, some of which extend between Syrian and Lebanese territory. Mohammed Hammoud, the official overseeing Syrian border posts facing Lebanon, told AFP,
The army discovered by combing the border areas a network of tunnels connecting the two countries that were used to smuggle weapons and drugs.
At least 5 such tunnels were observed, including one concealed beneath a residential building. Concrete steps led down into narrow, unlit passageways, while others in the surrounding hills were fitted with electrical wiring and ventilation systems, indicating a level of sophistication. Inside one property linked to a tunnel entrance, images of former Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and Iranian General Qasem Soleimani were visible, underscoring the alleged connection to the group. Since Assad's removal in December 2024, Syria's new leadership has sought to reassert control over its territory. Authorities in Damascus say they are now coordinating with Lebanon to combat smuggling and regulate border crossings, following the disruption of Hezbollah's supply lines. Recent developments point to heightened tensions in the area. On March 28th, Syrian officials announced the discovery of another tunnel linking the two countries, again attributing its use to Lebanese militias. Israeli strikes have also targeted border crossings, with Israel stating that such operations aim to prevent weapons transfers to Hezbollah. Evidence of these strikes is visible on the ground. Damaged buildings and infrastructure were seen near tunnel sites, while Syrian troops conducted patrols in the area. In one instance, a soldier was observed monitoring a Lebanese army position from across the border. Earlier in March, Syria announced a significant reinforcement of its border forces, deploying armoured units, reconnaissance teams and rocket launchers.
The goal was securing and controlling the border amid the escalation of the ongoing regional war.
A Syrian military official confirmed that the army's role is limited strictly to border control, with no plans for offensive operations. Syria's cautious approach reflects its recent history. President Ahmed al-Sharaa reiterated this position during a recent visit to Britain, stating that Syria would remain outside the conflict unless directly targeted.